It's 2024. If you aren't at 3 to 5K per month right now, you are doing something wrong. So I'm gonna make it easy for you. All you have to do is turn off your brain, make a plan, and follow it. So I remember early last year, like around December, January, I was so stupid, okay? This was before I went on a Japan trip, and kind of when I came back from Japan, I kind of locked in and everything started working. But before that, I was stupid, right? I was doing no habits. I wasn't really doing any moving work. I was doing all the bad things, right? I was working on a website for a few weeks, even though I didn't need to. I was learning service delivery before I had any clients. I was literally doing everything wrong. That all changed for me, and I started signing a lot of clients and actually moving the needle towards my goals when I implemented one thing. And that one thing is, as I said before, turning off your brain and following a plan. You need to understand, your brain cannot be trusted, okay? Your brain has made you watch porn. Your brain has made you play thousands of hours of video games. You shouldn't be always listening to your brain. You shouldn't be thinking, my brain is making me feel bad about this, so I shouldn't do it. No, okay? It's completely incorrect. You need to follow a plan, like create a big system, a big plan, and then completely turn off your brain and just follow the steps. So in this video, I'm gonna show you the 4 steps that you need to take to get yourself back on track and to get you off the ground with your SMMA so you can actually start signing more clients. Step 1 is the 48-hour research period. Now, most other people who aren't like us are going to spend weeks, months, or even years researching. They're going to go from, drop shipping to SMMA to Amazon FBA to date trading, back to drop shipping to copywriting, right? Then they're not going to do it right. You probably have already picked SMMA, I'm assuming, if you're watching my content. Spend 48 hours learning, researching, because you want to have at least some knowledge of what you're about to get into, but you don't want to waste your time. So 48 hours researching, learn the basics, right? What is SMMA, social media marketing agency? What does that mean? What types of agencies are there? How does it work? How do I provide a service? What services even are there? What niches even are there? What niches work well? What niches don't? Right? Just like getting that basic grounding and understanding is vital. Okay, without it, if you're just gonna dive in head first with literally no idea, it's gonna take you even longer. So spend 48 hours and make sure it's high ROI. So don't just watch some random YouTube videos on how I make 10K per month for SMMA. Pick 3 or 5 things that you actually want to learn about. Maybe it's how to pick a niche, how to do some sort of service delivery, like some very basic research stuff. And then, so after 48 hours, that's it. Don't spend 72 hours on this. Don't spend a week. Don't spend a year like most other people, and do it properly. Okay? And then step 2 is defining a constant. So the first big constant that you need to, as I guess it's kind of self-explanatory, you need to keep constant is the business model. You can't, as I said before, you can't switch to SMMA through dropshipping because let's say you're here, and let's say here you need to get to here to hit 10K per month. You're here with SMMA, you start going, and then there's a problem here, and then you think, okay, because there's a problem, I'm gonna switch. And now you start back at 0 with dropshipping, and you coming up, the problem, again, start back at 0, copywriting. Coming up, the problem, start back at 0 with Amazon FBA, whatever. The secret is, so let's say this is you right now, 0K per month, this is you 10K per month, right? Any of these models, SMMA, dropshipping, Amazon FBA, day trading, doesn't matter. Any of them that are proven, which all of them are, can get you to whatever goal it is that you have. But the key is sticking to it. If you start SMMA and then 1 month in you switch day trading, and then 30 days into that you switch to Amazon FBA, it's not gonna work. But if you just stuck to one thing, for example SMMA, if you just stuck to it for a year, 2 years, and it's a proven model, so it can work. If you just deal with all the challenges, when you face a challenge, instead of switching, confronting it head on and actually overcoming it, that's how you're actually gonna get to whatever goal you wanna hit. So obviously, the first constant is the business model. Pick one and don't switch it. And then inside of it, I'm assuming in the SMMA, if you're watching this video, there are 3 constants that you need to keep constant. Your niche's pain point, and your service. Right, so let's break it down. Niche, obviously, very self-explanatory. The niche that you're in, spend some good time picking one, and then try to change it a little. And then number 2, pain point. So what is the niche's pain point that you're trying to help them? Right? And that kind of goes into number 3, service. So you have your niche, you have your niche's pain point, and you have the service to alleviate the pain point. Yeah? You cannot switch any of these. Spend some good time, do some good research on how to pick a niche, and then go do research on your niche. If I were you, I would call 30 people in your niche, try and figure out their latent conditions. And latent conditions is basically their underlying psychological tendencies. Like for example, someone in the accounting niche is going to be a very analytical person, right? Because that's just the latent condition of people in that niche. Understand their latent conditions and understand their pain points. So where are they struggling right now? Maybe the biggest thing that most people help with is not getting enough clients or enough members, or whatever niche you're in has different names, right? Members, clients, patients, whatever it is, not having enough members. That's typically for any business going to be the biggest problem because they want more clients, more members, whatever, because that's how they make more money. You pick that pain point, number 2, and you don't switch from it. And then number 3, the service. So how are you going to alleviate the pain point? The whole purpose of your service is to alleviate your niche's pain point. After and only after you understand the pain point that your niche has, you pick a service, right? And with that service, you research what's going to be the best service, what's going to actually solve my niche's problem. And with that service, it's once you can clearly define and understand, okay, I know what the service is, and I know that I can learn it, or maybe I already know it, and I know that it will actually alleviate my niche's pain point. Then you have all 3 of these, and you have the business model. Do not switch. At maybe 10, 20, 30K per month, then you can even entertain the idea of maybe possibly switching. Before that, just marry your niche. Obviously, you don't want to be in the real real estate niche till the day that you're dead. So it's not like you don't have to worry. You're not going to be helping realtors scale until you're 60 years old, but marry it at least until 10K per month. Because if you don't, you're going to get something really bad called shiny object syndrome. And so I'm sure you've probably heard this before, but this is when you see one thing, and maybe it's SMMA, and then there's a new shiny object over here, which is AAA, right? AI automation agencies. And then you hop from SMMA to AAA because it's a new shiny thing, right? And this happens not just with business model, but with everything, with niche. Maybe you started in the roofing niche and there's a new shiny med spa niche, so you go switch there. And then e-com's shiny right now, so you go switch there, right? And it's not just niche, it's pain point. Maybe you're helping them getting more clients, but then AAA comes around and now you want to help them with management, right? And then not only that, but services and cold outreach scripts and sales call scripts. There are so many shiny objects literally everywhere, right? So it's up to you to have the discipline to delay gratification. The whole point of self-improvement is drastically decreasing instant gratification activities and drastically increasing delayed gratification activities. You doing shiny object syndrome and you hopping from business model to business model and niche to niche and service to service, that is you indulging in instant gratification. Whereas if you stuck to one niche and it's a proven niche and you keep on learning about it, you keep on understanding the latent conditions, and you keep on increasing your niche market research and your depth of understanding, and you keep increasing your depth of expertise in the niche by doing more niche market research, only good things can happen from that. That's literally you delaying gratification, right? Instead of switching to that new fancy niche, you stick with your niche and you make it work. Okay, so that's step 2, which is define constants. You want to do that in 24 to 48 hours, right? Although it's really important, you don't want to spend too much time on it, right? So don't decide it all in 15 minutes. Spend some good time on it, but not too much time, okay? It's kind of like the Goldilocks principle. Not too little, not too much. Step 3, which is probably the most important step that most people fuck up, is the 24-hour setup, yeah? So go get your phone right now, wherever it is, pause this video right now and get your phone. On your phone, go on the clock app and set a 24-hour timer. So like I'm not just saying that, go do it right now. So go find your phone. If you're watching this on your phone, then just like, I don't know, pause the video, come back, set a 24-hour timer. So do it and start it right now, okay? So if you're watching this video right now, you should have set a 24-hour timer, okay? In these 24 hours, you need to do all the logistical setup tasks. So basic things that don't really matter, but you kind of need to do, like building a website, registering your business. So for me in Australia, it's an ABN, Australian Business Number. In America, it's going to be an LLC. Like doing all the logistical work, it doesn't really matter, it doesn't really move the needle, but it's stuff that you have to do. So go do it like in the next 24 hours, do all of it. Because you don't want to be wasting time on this. So most other people are going to spend like 6 months on this, right? So maybe you talk to someone and they say like, okay, yeah, I have a business idea right now. And then you talk to them in 3 months and they say, yeah, I'm just working on setting up my LLC and making a bank account. I should have been done in the first day, right? That's like the bare bones basic stuff to even have a business, okay? So in the next 24 hours, like, get everything set up. The LLC, if you're in Australia like me, then the ABN, the bank account, the Stripe account, literally everything. The website, all that basic logistical stuff that usually takes those other people so much time, do it in 24 hours. All you have to do for step 3 is go into the Notes app, make a new note, and literally just write down every single task that there is, every single logistical task that there is that you need to do in the next 24 hours. So go write that down in your Notes app and set it as like a to-do list for the next 24 hours. And then step 4, after you've got everything set up, after you've clearly defined your niche, your offer, your service, and your business model, all that's left to do is set and close appointments, which is SACA, right? So SACA is S-A-C-A, and it means setting and closing appointments. So there's a bunch of different ways. There's cold outbound, there's paid ads, there's content, all that stuff. I'm gonna choose for you. Do two things. You're gonna do YouTube and you're gonna do cold calls. Cold calls, number 1, very simple cold outreach. Is basically the easiest way and the quickest way to get a lot of appointments, and also the best way, because you're gonna get sales experience, you're gonna build your verbal dexterity so you don't fuck up a lot on YouTube, and you're gonna get a deeper understanding of your niche and your niche's relating conditions because you're on the phone with them, you're constantly talking, right? So number 1 is cold calls and number 2 is YouTube. So what I want you to do, very simple, is post one long form, so between like at least over 5 to 10 minutes YouTube video per week for your niche. So if you're in the roofing niche, then make a video on how roofers can get 2x more sale, right? Make things around your niche, and the whole goal here is to provide value to the niche with your YouTube, okay? And then obviously at the end of the video, you can say there's a calendar link in the description, book a call, all that shit. All you want to do is literally just provide value 1 time per week. You want to make it as easy as possible for yourself, and you want to really lower that barrier of entry to YouTube for yourself, because it's something you want to do long term, and so you want to make it really easy for yourself, right? It's like playing the infinite game. The whole goal with the YouTube game for you, at least at the beginning, is to not quit, okay? So make it super easy, 1 long form video per week. That's it. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to give you a few resources. So if you scroll down right now to the description, it's going to be a cold calling metric tracker. So in that, you're going to get like a full metric tracker, and you're going to have a place to store your leads for cold calling for literally like the rest of the year. It's a 2024 tracker, so you can use this for the rest of the year, so you can figure out all your metrics, so you can scientifically iterate a cold calling script. And also on like the last 2 pages, it's a place where you can basically store your leads, and you can call them from there. And then what I'm also going to give you is a YouTube long form schedule. So I've got it right here. It's a Google Sheet, and it'll be in the description as well. So what it's going to do is give you a place to write down the idea for the video, the title of the video, give you a place to like put the link of the edited video. So once you post it on YouTube, you can post the YouTube link there, and then give you a place to put the thumbnail. So if you're working on the thumbnail, or maybe you have a graphic designer, they can just put the thumbnail there on the Google Sheet, and then there's a place here at the very end just to like show yourself whether or not you uploaded the video. So this is very easy, and it's like the most simple thing, but it's gonna make it so easy for you. It's a place where you can ideate all of your content. So if you ever have an idea for a YouTube video, you just come here and you put it as next week's video, and then just like that, you have a simple video idea, and you're not gonna forget it. So in the daytime, what you should be focusing on is obviously number one, cold calling, and number two, YouTube. Very simple. But then at nighttime, when it's too late to record, or maybe you finish all your editing, or it's too late to cold call, what you should be focusing on is learning. And so learning specifically for your service delivery. So in step 2, you clearly define your service delivery. Clearly defining it is one thing, but you want to go a step ahead and actually kind of learn it, right? Because the most learning you're ever going to do with service delivery is when you sign a client. Actually doing a service is going to be like the biggest kind of growth spurt in terms of learning possible. You want to have that kind of base understanding before you do it. So for whatever service it is that you're doing, spend some time every single night learning it. Because obviously you want to go into sales calls with at least some understanding of what you're doing, right? So if you go into a sales call and your service is Facebook ads, and the guy asks you, okay, so I'm a roofer, what is the average cost per lead in the roofing niche? If you don't even know what CPL means, what cost per lead means, and you don't know what's the difference between YouTube CPL, Google Ads CPL, Facebook Ads CPL, etc., you're gonna be kind of fucked. You need to have at least some base level understanding of your service before you actually sell it. Okay, and this is why job servicing is so stupid. People go buy Iman Gadget's course and they job service, right? They hire a contractor from the Philippines for $1 an hour to do all the service delivery, and they have no clue what they're doing. And then they try and do cold calls, send cold emails, take sales calls, and try and sign clients. But if you're on a sales call and you don't know what you're selling, number one, you're gonna have no conviction because you don't even know if it works. And number two, you're not gonna be able to answer any logistical questions because you just have no clue. You've never done the service at all, right? I'm all for outsourcing the service eventually when it makes sense to, but as a beginner, you need to be doing it yourself. Well, as I said, what's gonna happen if someone asks you, okay, so what type of creatives do you guys use? What's the average cost per lead in this niche? You're gonna freeze and you're gonna lose the sale. Whereas the guy might have been ready to buy, he just wanted some more information just so he actually kind of knows what to expect. If you don't have that information, you just lost the sale. Okay? So it's imperative that you understand your service. So to wrap it up, just a quick recap. Step 1 is your 48 hours of research. Step 2 is defining your contents. Step 3 is that 24-hour setup. And then step 4 is SACA, so setting and closing appointments, plus learning whenever you can't do your YouTube and you can't do your cold calling. So that's literally it. It's that simple. Literally just 4 macro steps you need to take. And if you watch the video to the end, I can tell you at least have enough mindfulness and enough discipline to watch one YouTube video in full. So your chances of success are already pretty high compared to most people who just doom scroll on TikTok. So I applaud you for doing that. And I promise you, if you just follow these 4 steps, and as I said at the start, turn off your brain and just follow these 4 steps, you will move the needle to whatever goal you want to make. Maybe it's 10K per month, 50K per month, 100K per month. This is like the first step that you need to take to actually kind of start to move the needle. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Please do all the usual stuff, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye bye.